Hi, I'm Stephanie from the channel La Couture du Renard. I am a French seamstress and here I share step-by-step tutorials for clothes and accessories. I have to apologize for my English accent and grammar. They are not perfect, but I'm working on it and I really hope to improve. Thank you so much for being patient and kind with me. Now, let's get sewing! Hello and welcome to La Couture du Renard. Today's video is especially for beginners. How to trace a pattern from a Burda sheet. And yes, it's not that simple, so keep your eyes wide open. First, from the magazine, we go to the central booklet and look at the number of the garment we want to make. In my case, I want to sew model number 124 in size 46, so I check the little grey box for the details. It tells me this one is the red line on sheet C and that the top dash corresponds to size 46. Careful here, there are two models, 123 and 124. For model 124, it's only pieces 1, 2 and 6. Next step, you make sure you're really on check C, then look for the red number 1, 2 and 6. I'll start with number 2 at the top. Now, how on earth do you find your way through this jingle of lines? Don't panic, it's easier than it looks. I grab my ruler, line it up at number 2 at the top, and draw straight down until I reach the number 2 on the sheet. Once I found the right number, I trace the outline with a pencil. I want size 46. It's the smallest one here. I carefully follow the lines all around and note down the marking, like here, piece 1. Then I keep going along the shoulder, down the armhole, hit point number 2, and trace down the side seam. There's a notch. I'll mark it. And keep going. Wow! This sweater is long! Then I reach a solid red line. That means it's the same line for every size. I follow it back up and find a knot. Fold the line, center back, grain line. And that's it. Piece number 2 is done. Now for piece number 1, we do exactly the same way. I take my ruler, look straight down vertically to see where the piece is. And there it is! Found it! This piece is the front of the sweater. Here I am on the center front. The first marking I see is the waistline, then fold line, front, grain line. I move up to the neckline and pick the right size line. Oh wow, these teeny dashes are getting finer and finer. I can barely see them. I spot a notch for size 46 and just above is another for size 60. I reach the shoulder, draw a line to the edge and then move down. Here's the dart. Be careful, make sure you're following the correct line for your size. I trace the dart points, then continue down the side seam until I meet the thin red line at the hem. That one is the same for all sizes. I think you've got the idea now, so we won't go through piece 6 together. To copy this pattern, I use tissue paper sheets 50 by 70 centimeters. If one sheet isn't big enough, I just tape on another. For this video, I trace the pattern in thick green marker so you can clearly see the outline. Important to know, Burda patterns almost never include seam allowances, about 95% of the time. So you need to add them yourself. For this one, I added 1 cm all around and 2 cm at the hem. To make this easier, I use a Japanese ruler, a Flexips 50 cm plastic ruler with millimeter and centimeter marking. With it, I can just slide along the edge and quickly add my seam allowance. Once I finish tracing, I always write down the details. This is piece number 2, model 124, size 46, from the October 2025 Burda. That way I can easily recognize the pieces later. Now I start cutting out the pattern. I stop at the neckline because I have a little trick for cutting the shoulders. I cut all around the red line. When I reach the green shoulder line, I stop. Fold the paper along that green line and then cut the shoulder following the neckline curve. When I unfold it, there's a teeny bit of an extra paper. For this sweater, it doesn't really matter. It will be sewing it on the serger. But if I were making a blouse with 1.5 centimeters seams allowance in a woven fabric, pressing the seams open, then this technique really helps to get clean finishes. And that's it! All my pattern pieces are done and numbered, ready to place on the fabric. I hope you enjoy these tutorials. If you did, don't forget to subscribe. I'll be back very soon with the next video, where we'll actually start sewing the sweater. See you soon! Bye!